This exhibition, Wyeth, Andrew and Jamie in the studio, was developed to show two artists of an artistic dynasty from the United States. They both learned spiritually from their father, N.C., Andrew's father, N.C. Wyeth, and Jamie's grandfather. We just wanted to have a dialogue between Jamie and Andrew Wyeth. This is an unusual exhibition, I believe, maybe for Spanish audiences, but I think the programming here at the museum is quite extraordinary because we've got Spanish realism, and it gives a context for the two artists who worked in the vernacular of realism from America. They are known as American iconic artists. Perhaps the most famous painting in the United States is Christina's World by Andrew Wyeth, which is at MoMA. Is it in Madrid? No, they never lend it, but we've got everything else by Andrew Wyeth and his son Jamie. What makes these paintings quite extraordinary is that they move us in a way that perhaps not all artists do who work in the vernacular of realism. Some people have actually said that they've cried in front of paintings by Andrew Wyeth. What the two artists are doing is that they're expressing emotional content that they felt by looking at particular and peculiar objects. What you're also going to see in this exhibition is their adherence to place, both to Mid-Coast Maine as well as to the Brandywine River Valley, as well as to their adherence to very close friends or individuals that they painted, such as Shorty, such as Andy Warhol, Orca Bates, Christina Olsen, Alvaro Olsen, Siri Erickson, and others. And you'll also see places such as the hills nearby where Andrew lived, islands in Maine where Jamie has his studio on Southern Island as well as on Monhegan Island. And you'll also see their interest in animals as well as in nudes, painting Helga Testorf, Siri Erickson, as well as in Jamie's cousin, Robin McCoy. You'll then segue into an interesting gallery to show the two sides of how these artists were both exuberant painters and really messy, but at the same time they had this incredible ability to be quite refined and finicky in their approach. We're dealing with two artists who never really veered from realism. That's a disparaging word that's used for many artists today completely. But I think that these two were poetic interpreters of that which they had seen and depicted on their canvases. It's their vision, and once you look at a lot of works by both Andrew and Jamie Wyeth, you begin to look at the world completely differently. You have your moments in which you see this fleeting moment of what they wanted to capture, and they go, oh my God, I'm acting and I'm really looking like Andrew Wyeth. And I have this bizarre sense of macabre sense of humor, like Jamie, of showing a man who's screaming with a lobster bid in plastic because he's completely drunk, because he saw the woman of the hotel, the building right behind his shoulder, walking around nude on Monhegan Island. And I think that America should be incredibly proud to share two artists to your Spanish audiences to come and see this exhibition. Another reason for coming to see this exhibition is that paintings came from virtually 20 to 30 different collections. When you put together exhibitions, it's like putting together a movie. So it's very much like the story cards of a movie. What scene are you going to show next? And that's what we did by curating. I mean, after all, we forget the essence of the verb curator by our ability to curate and say these paintings really work together to tell a story. The other thing about this exhibition that I want to warn everybody, so it's the kind of show that you're going to come back again and again and again, and what you're going to take away is a rich understanding of two artists that you didn't know about. These are two artists that not many people in this part of the world know about, but they're all going to have a richer life because they've experienced the work of Andrew and Jamie Wyeth.